So here's another greatest common factor problem, but I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm not going to look at any of the possible answer choices yet. I'm just going to work on finding the greatest common factor. So first, I want to look at just the starter numbers. The numbers in front of the x's, in front of the variables, are called the coefficients. So I'm going to look at the 16 and the 8. And I'm going to ask myself, what goes into both 16 and 8 evenly, the biggest number that does? So I'm going to start from the biggest number here. So I know that 8 goes into 8 evenly. So I want to ask if 16 also goes into 8, and it does. 8 goes into 16 twice. So we know that a greatest common factor of the coefficients is 8. So I know we can divide both of these numbers by 8. Now I'm going to look at the variables. So we have x squared, and here we have an x. So if I'm looking at what goes in evenly to x squared and x, I know that x does. So I have an x here because x divided by x is 1. That goes in evenly, and x squared divided by x is x. So that works out. Now I need to find out what this equals to, what's left. So what I'm going to do is divide the 16 by 8 first, and I'm left with 2. And then x squared divided by x, and I'm left with just an x because it cancels out in the bottom and just one x goes away on top. And then I want to keep that minus sign there. If I have a minus sign here, I want to make sure that I still have a minus sign. Minus 8 goes into 8 once, and x goes in x once. So I just am left with a 1 because we have 8x divided by 8x. So now I know that 8x times this whole thing, 2x minus 1, will give us this. This whole thing divided by 8x equals 2x minus 1. So I know that if I'm looking at my original polynomial, 16x squared minus 8x squared, I know that 8x is one of the factors and 2x minus 1 is another one of the factors, because when we multiply them together, we get our original 16x squared minus 8x. So now I want to see if anything looks like this 8x times 2x minus 1. So this is an 8x, and this is also an 8x, and then where's my 2x minus 1? I have it right here, 2x minus 1. So I know that that's going to be my correct answer. And if you needed more step-by-step solutions, remember for these problems, you can always click the bottom here. Some of the problems have videos. You can watch extra videos if that helps you also.